Proof the narcissist becomes more destructive as they get older. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. It's a pleasure to have you with me. Today, we'll be discussing whether narcissists become more destructive as they age. Many individuals find themselves trapped in relationships with narcissists, unable or unwilling to sever ties. The presence of children from a previous relationship with the narcissist's blood relation, or trauma bonding may contribute to this. However, this has led to a common question. Do narcissists deteriorate with age, or is there any hope? Despite their age, narcissists will always require a narcissistic supply. However, older narcissists frequently prioritize more destructive forms of fulfillment. They derive dark narcissistic supply from causing pain and suffering to others, relishing in the knowledge that they are causing misery. This newfound status as seniors often leads them to believe that they can say and do as they please without consequences. In short, yes, narcissists do worsen with age. As they age, narcissists typically exhibit their worst traits due to a decline in autonomy and narcissistic supply. They do not become wiser with age. Instead, they become more hostile, manipulative, oversensitive, angry, and entitled. This video aims to provide you with a better understanding of narcissism and the causes of a narcissist's deterioration with age. It will assist you in making informed decisions to protect your innermost thoughts, feelings, emotions, needs, and overall health from the destructive influence of narcissists in your life. The three primary reasons why narcissists deteriorate with age are interrelated. Number 1. As narcissists age, it becomes increasingly difficult for them to maintain healthy levels of narcissistic supply. Number 2. A loss of narcissistic supply triggers very painful thoughts, feelings, and emotions in the aging narcissist. Number 3. A shortage of narcissistic supply leads to emotional instability in narcissists, leaving them highly susceptible and vulnerable. Narcissistic supply is the common denominator in the decline of elderly narcissists. However, we will delve deeper into the three reasons why narcissists become worse with age so that you can make well-informed decisions to protect yourself. Firstly, the ability of narcissists to maintain their narcissistic supplies decreases as they age. Narcissists have built their self-esteem and pride based on superficial, materialistic, and trivial forms of narcissistic supply that society values. These include validation, admiration, reassurance, power, and control. The experiences in life shape a person's self-esteem and sense of self, making it crucial to provide them with a supportive and safe environment. Emotionally competent individuals are responsible for their own self-respect and identity through their emotional competence. However, narcissists lack emotional competence, and so they rely on superficial, materialistic, and trivial forms of narcissistic supply, such as wealth, fast cars, big houses, or social media followers, to build their self-esteem and sense of self. Narcissists are completely dependent on their immediate social group to provide them with the narcissistic supply they need to maintain their high levels of self-esteem and identity. While narcissists have access to a vast repertoire of manipulation techniques, these techniques lose their effectiveness as they age. The most superficial, materialistic, and trivial types of narcissistic supply that narcissists depend on are their appearance, social status, and sexual partners. Therefore, they become more vulnerable as they age. Secondly, as narcissists grow older, they experience painful thoughts, feelings, and emotions when they no longer receive enough attention and admiration, also known as narcissistic supply. This supply is essential to the narcissist's emotional regulation, as they did not receive adequate validation and support from their caregivers during their childhood due to an unhealthy or abusive upbringing. Unfortunately, the lack of validation and admiration from their primary caregivers leads to negative effects on their self-worth and cognitive growth. As a result, they develop an abundance of painful ideas, feelings, and emotions that they cannot regulate in healthy ways. Narcissists, fearful of their mental health, stop seeking approval from their primary caregivers and turn to the larger community for validation. However, their inability to see past the superficial, materialistic, and petty nature of modern life makes it difficult for them to find sources of false identity construction that are meaningful or fulfilling. As narcissists age, their fabricated identity loses some of its power, and their painful thoughts, feelings, and emotions begin to jeopardize their emotional stability due to a lack of narcissistic supply. In conclusion, narcissists deteriorate with age as they struggle to maintain their false identity without the constant attention and admiration they require. Thirdly, it is important to note that narcissists, especially as they age, are prone to fragility and vulnerability. As a reminder, narcissists have a harder time amassing enough narcissistic supply as they get older. This poses a threat to their mental health as it brings up all their unpleasant memories and emotions. Therefore, the elderly narcissist is left extremely defenseless and frail. After experiencing a narcissistic injury, the narcissist is left with nothing but their own terrible thoughts, feelings, and emotions in place of their previously inflated sense of self-importance, uniqueness, and superiority. It is essential to keep in mind that feelings like inadequacy, unlovability, unwantedness, worthlessness, and weakness are extremely potent. Narcissists are in an especially precarious position since they lack the emotional competence to effectively regulate their emotions in such a crisis. As a result of this, narcissists often become hostile, furious, resentful, vindictive, and even melancholy. It is important to expect manipulative behavior from a damaged narcissist, such as narcissistic fury, taunting, stonewalling, and so on. This can make being with an elderly narcissist extremely difficult, as they may become their worst selves. Lastly, I would like to consider the narcissist's outward appearance. The narcissist's physical appearance is not merely a sign of old age, it is the very embodiment of evil. That once well-polished mask develops more fractures as the years build up, making their jealousy and hatred more obvious to those with the eyes to perceive it. Narcissists never learn to forgive or let go of their anger and bitterness. Due to their advanced age, they are no longer able to pull off a convincing performance as either a hero or a victim, and their gloomy disposition shows on their faces. Their empty, gloomy, and vengeful souls are displayed by their icy, unfeeling eyes. Nonetheless, despite this evidence, many continue to view the narcissist through the lens of a helpless oldster. As before, I hope you have found this to be informative and helpful. Please don't hesitate to share your opinions and experiences in the comments area. Additionally, you can subscribe to this channel and enable the bell to receive alerts whenever a new video is published. We appreciate your time in watching this.
So, let's summarize today's video. Today, we just explored whether narcissists become more destructive as they age. Narcissism can trap individuals in relationships, and children, blood relation, or trauma bonding may contribute to this. However, do narcissists deteriorate with age, or is there any hope? The short answer is yes. Narcissists do worsen with age. As they age, they become more hostile, manipulative, oversensitive, angry, and entitled. So, today's video aimed to provide a better understanding of narcissism and how to protect yourself from the destructive influence of narcissists in your life. There are 3 reasons why narcissists deteriorate with age. Firstly, it becomes increasingly difficult for them to maintain healthy levels of narcissistic supply. Secondly, a loss of narcissistic supply triggers the buried, painful thoughts, feelings, and emotions in the aging narcissist. And thirdly, a shortage of narcissistic supply leads to emotional instability in narcissists, leaving them highly susceptible and vulnerable. Narcissistic supply is the common denominator in the decline of elderly narcissists. And today, we just delve deeper into the 3 reasons why narcissists become worse with age so that you can make well-informed decisions to protect yourself. The ability of narcissists to maintain their narcissistic supplies decreases as they age. Narcissists build their self-esteem and pride based on superficial, materialistic, and trivial forms of narcissistic supply that society values. These include validation, admiration, reassurance, power, and control. The most superficial and trivial types of narcissistic supply that narcissists depend on are their appearance, social status, and sexual partners. Therefore, they become more vulnerable as they age. As narcissists grow older, they experience painful thoughts, feelings, and emotions when they no longer receive enough attention and admiration, also known as narcissistic supply. This supply is essential to the narcissist's emotional regulation as they didn't receive adequate validation and support from their caregivers during their childhood due to an unhealthy or abusive upbringings. Narcissists, fearful of their mental health, stop seeking approval from their primary caregivers and turn to the larger community for validation. However, their inability to see past the superficial, materialistic, and petty nature of modern life makes it difficult for them to find sources of false identity construction that are meaningful or fulfilling. In conclusion, narcissists deteriorate with age as they struggle to maintain their false identity without the constant attention and admiration they require. And finally, it's important to note that narcissists, especially as they age, are prone to fragility and vulnerability. Narcissists have a harder time amassing enough narcissistic supply as they get older. After experiencing a narcissistic injury, the narcissist is left with nothing but their own terrible thoughts, feelings, and emotions in place of their previously inflated sense of self-importance, uniqueness, and superiority. Narcissists often become hostile, furious, resentful, vindictive, and even melancholy. It is important to protect yourself from the destructive influence of narcissists in your life by identifying and distancing yourself from them. By understanding the causes of narcissist deterioration with age, you can protect your innermost thoughts, feelings, emotions, needs, and overall health. Well, I hope this video is useful to you. Let us know what you think about today's episode. Also, consider subscribing to our channel and clicking the bell button below for future videos. And thank you for tuning in as always. Have a nice day.